Hello, everybody. My name is Michael, and welcome to the Credit Agent Show Live. I'm here with Rick, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what he does here. So, Rick, tell me a little bit about what you do for the credit agents.
So I am a senior credit analyst, and basically what I do is help people understand credit. Not necessarily just credit, but also information on how they're protected when it comes to credit, debt. A lot of people have goals in life, whether it's buying a house, buying a car, starting a business. And so putting those pieces together and helping them develop a game plan to achieve those.
Definitely. So what is the most rewarding thing kind of about your position here?
Oh, helping them to get to that point. Absolutely. So I run into a lot of scenarios where people always, they talk to me about their goals, right? And they tell me about the struggles that they've had. And once I explain it to them and once they start to understand, okay, this is what's affecting me. This is what I need to do. And they develop that game plan. Just hearing that excitement that comes with it immediately, I mean, it makes me feel great about it because, again, this is something that I've heard it since I've been here. People always say, this is not something that was taught in school. This is not something that was taught in school. And so I do appreciate those people that take the time and instead of using that as an excuse, they do the research, they give us a call, they allow me to explain to them exactly how things work and achieving those goals. I mean, it's just an incredible feeling.
Gotcha. So yeah, kind of diving on into achieving those goals. What's really the best story that you've kind of heard from one of your clients?
I got a couple of those. Well, one that really stands out is I actually had a young couple that reached out, and this couple was afraid, and it was one of those scenarios where at first they didn't even want to take a look at their credit report. We started talking, and then like I told them, hey, avoiding it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
And mistakes happen. These are humans that are passing this information over to the bureaus. And so if there are errors in your credit report and you do nothing about it, avoiding it, you're basically saying, you know what? I accept it. Everything is correct. I don't have an argument here. But once you find these violations, once you identify them and you challenge them, now you have a case in order to get these items removed from your credit report as if they never existed. And so explaining that to them and helping them achieve those dreams, well, long story short, with this couple, it took them only about 8 months. And, we kept in touch throughout this process, and at the end, at random, I just got this picture, and it was them standing in front of the house with a sold sign, and I actually have it in my office hanging up. I mean, it's a beautiful story, and this is ultimately why we do this. It's helping people understand it. I mean, it's beautiful.
Gotcha. So I guess when it comes to kind of a new client, could you describe just the process a little bit, from calling in?
Okay. So what they can expect whenever they call in is I always start off just asking general questions about their situation because no two credit profiles are identical, right? Everything's based on what you've been through and how these accounts are being reported. So I'll just ask you a couple of questions just to get a better feel of your situation. And then I'll make sure to explain laws and I want to make sure that you don't make the mistake because one of the worst things that I hate hearing from people whenever they call in is, hey, I started working on my credit and, well, what have you been doing? They say, I started making payments on these accounts. And so making payments on derogatory accounts, it helps your debt to income. Don't get me wrong. There is some benefit to it, but it doesn't really help your credit because the derogatory status is still going to remain there. And so I explain to them exactly what they can do, what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and help put those pieces together so they can see the big picture and understand, okay, it's not difficult. And this is something that doesn't take long, but you need to take action. So.
Gotcha. Awesome. And we hear a lot kind of about this free consultation process, with questions from, potential clients of ours. Could you just kind of explain where you can find that?
Oh, yeah. The easiest thing that you could do is just go to our website, thecreditagents.com. It's very simple. Just type in your information. We'll have one of our consultants reach out to you. Same thing as I do. We'll ask you a couple of questions, get a better feel of it. But it doesn't take long to do the consultation. I'd say give us about 10 to 15 minutes. Let us get a better feel of it. Let us explain exactly how you're protected and what you can do. Even if you just don't have anything that's derogatory and you want help establishing credit, you're trying to build a business, you want to know how to start your credit. Well, there's a right way about doing so. You don't just want to randomly start applying places. We want to guide you the right way. That way, we want to make sure of a couple of things. For example, if you open an account, you want to make sure it gets reported, right?
Yeah.
Companies don't have an obligation to report. And you don't know how many times I talk to people and they say, well, I have this credit card. I've been paying it for 6 months, 8 months, but my score's not going up. We pull the credit report, and all of a sudden you see, hey, it's only being reported to one bureau. The other two don't know exists. So we want to make sure that they're well informed of what actions to take. So website is the easiest. They could also give us a call. The number is being 281-756-7060. You can also text us at that number. It's very simple. One of our team members will definitely reply.
That's fantastic. So what's kind of one thing you would say to somebody that's really on the fence about joining our program?
Okay. So the one thing I always tell people immediately is don't avoid it. Like I said, things can sneak into your credit report, and I've seen it so many times. And whether it's actually your account or if it's a fraud account, if you don't know how it's being reported, it could be doing way more damage than what it should be, right? Because a lot of times when it comes to credit, it's not about what you did or didn't do. It's simply about how these accounts are being reported that's affecting you. And if it's being misreported, you do nothing about it, you're saying, I accept it. But, realistically, like I said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Allow us to explain it to you, and you're going to understand that it's not difficult. It's not a long process, and understanding it is key. Again, we just want to avoid you making those mistakes.
Definitely. And I know you're kind of doing some big things here at the Credit Agents. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So what we're doing now is we're working on developing a Spanish department. And we came to find out we have a lot of clients that called in, and most of the time the information would just be English, and information gets translated differently when it's English and Spanish. And so there's a lot of Spanish clients that want to call in, but they don't feel comfortable because, hey, there's that unknown. Do they speak Spanish?
Yeah.
And we want everybody to feel comfortable at the end of the day. Definitely. So whether it's English, Spanish, whatever you prefer, as long as you have questions and you give us a couple of minutes, we will be more than happy to explain it to you and make it as easy as possible. So that's in the works, and it's very exciting. It's
awesome.
Reaching out to a lot of new people. So
no, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, I just want to thank everybody for tuning on in to the Credit Agent Show Live. I've been your host, Michael, and this has been Rick. So thank you guys so much for tuning on in.